Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the basics of ROBLOX Studio. No scripting at all, just covering everything like properties, building, etc. Just the core mechanics, the core basics of ROBLOX Studio. And yeah, let's hop right into it. Okay, so we're going to first be inserting a part, which is up here in this tab. To open the tab if it's not already, you have to click this drop down arrow. And we're going to be inserting a part here. You also have drop down arrows to insert different forms of a part. So you can insert a normal block, a sphere, wedge, and cylinder. I'm going to be inserting a block. And there you go. Now we have a block. Pretty nice block. We're going to be adding some color to it. So let's just do a light yellow. You can do whatever color you want. I'm just going to be using this color to experiment. We're also going to add a material to it, which is right here. You just need to click the drop down arrow, and then I'm going to use, let's just use wood. Okay, this is a pretty nice block right here. Kind of looks interesting, but we're not going to talk about that. Anyways, so now what we want to do is look at these little tools here, and we're also going to make sure that we have these both off, collisions and join surfaces. Be aware whenever you duplicate a part, which is actually Control D, a hotkey on your computer, it will go inside your part if you have these things off, but it's actually a ratherly good thing, so don't worry about it. We're going to be looking at these tools, like I said. So select is just selecting items, so I can just select an item out of the blue. I can't select the base plate, which is because it's locked. To unlock it, you can click lock tool and then unlock it, or you can just do simply unlock all. But if I were you, I would not bother with the lock tool until you're more advanced. I'll have a more advanced tutorial in a future video possibly. But yeah, anyways, so the move tool, which is up here, allows you to move the item like more accurately, which is a pretty nice thing to have. It's actually a very nice feature. The scale allows me to scale my item like this and stuff. Pretty helpful tip. If you want to scale it by both axes, you can do hold control. If you want to scale by all axes, you can hold shift, which is a pretty nice thing to have. Anyways, we're just going to go back to a part maybe like this, because that's going to be pretty helpful. Next thing, this is just preference, but if I were you, I would go to align dragged objects and make sure it's off. This is what it looks like when it's on. It has this little check mark. Turn it off. It's very helpful to have it off. It's very important, in my opinion, to have it off. And basically what this does, going right into our rotate tool, the rotate allows you to rotate things on its axes, X, Y, and Z. This is Y. I'm pretty sure this is X and this is Z. I may have gotten that wrong, but let's just rotate it like this, because why not? If we have the little amazing feature in quotes off, then we can just freely move it around with its rotation preset to what we had. But if we have it on, then it's just going to put it on this axis, which is not that fun to have, honestly. Nobody really wants that. But if you do, that's not a big deal, but you can keep that on if you want. Anyways, we're not going to be going anything more into these tools here, but instead we're going to be going into the model tab right here, and we're going to be looking at these areas. So we have rotate 5 degrees and move 0.05 studs, right? For you, it's usually probably preset to something like 1 studs and maybe 25 degrees or 30 degrees, I'm not sure. But my preference, especially when you're building something smaller, you use 0.05 studs and 5 degrees. And it's actually very helpful to have it like this because you have more accurate things. If you want, you could also do 0.1 and then drag it along so it has the actual movement of it. But yeah, when you're doing move, it applies for the scaling and the moving itself. Rotate is how much you want to rotate it by in increments. I have it at 5 degrees because it's a pretty nice and easy to use angle system or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically going to be everything covering here. And here's something else that you may need to know. To have a block like this without it going down when you play it, you want to do this, like hold your mouse and then make a little square box and then click anchor on the part that you want to anchor, or you can literally just select the part and then click anchor. Doing this will make it so it doesn't fall, and that leads us right into playtesting, which is going to be the home in, and it's probably just going to be in home unless I'm blind or something. But yeah, that's pretty nice. So in the playtesting, we have play, and then the drop down arrow says play here and run. I'd prefer using play here when you're playing the game. Run is just not being in studio, but it just shows what's happening in the game in real time. But yeah, we're gonna use play here for now. And since we have the item anchored, it should stay up right here, which is pretty nice. That's pretty cool. But anyways, let's click stop. And yeah, that's like pretty much all the things you need to know there. There's also Toolbox where you can grab free assets. Be aware there could be some viruses or harmful scripts that could ruin your game. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know for this area. There's also team test, which we'll get into later, maybe in another video. I don't feel like covering it in this video, but now we're gonna go into the Explorer and properties. You should automatically have it looking like this, but if you don't, go into view over here and then click Explorer and properties. You could have it to wherever you want. You could have it like tabs like this, or you could just have it not like tabs like that. And I like it having it how it's preset. It should be preset like this. If it's not, you can just edit around with it and stuff. So we're going to be editing the properties of this guy here. So the first property we're going to be using is brick color. So brick color is like the normal color thing here, but it's just in properties, pretty basic. We're just going to be turning the color maybe to a cyan. Now this is cast shadow. It gives you the option for the item to have a shadow or not. I don't think it's deciding to work too well like that, but yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. Usually it does work. Let's just see the lighting setting. Okay, yes, it's shadow map, but we have global shadows off. That is bad. Okay, turn on global shadows. You don't need to bother with that because it should be preset to on. But yeah, cast shadow off looks like this. Cast shadow on looks like this, a lot better. I would just use cast shadow unless you're working with lighting, and sometimes you need to take cast shadow off. But yeah, shadows are pretty nice in your game. Anyways, now we have the direct color, which is a lot more flexible than just brick color. You can change it to anything you want. There's probably like 25 million colors here, not gonna lie. But for now, we're just going to be using brick color. Here's a material. We can change it to anything we want. We're going to change it to ice, I guess. Why not? Reflectance depends on how reflectant the object is. So let's actually get into reflectance. Oh my god, a bit later. But we're going to be using transparency. Let's turn it to 0.5. 1 is completely transparent. And 0.5 is like right in the middle. 0 is not transparent. But yeah, this is like a bit transparent. Maybe reflectance will work. Now if we turn reflectance to max, okay, the lighting still has no effect. I don't know why, but we might get into reflectance a bit later when it actually decides to be nice. Okay. But next, we're not going to be needing to worry about archivable. Oh, I don't even know how to say that. Jesus. But locked basically makes it so you can select it or not. If you're, we already talked about how to lock and unlock things. I don't even remember at this point. But if I didn't, you just go into the lock tool and then use the lock tool, and then you can unlock it like that, which is pretty nice. We're going to be keeping this transparency. So now we're going to go into size. This is like the adjustable stuff. So let's say I want it 20 by 20 by 20. There we go. Let's say I want it at origin, which is 0, 0, 0. There we go. That's pretty nice. Anyways, let's go back down there. And this is orientation. This is just rotation. So let's say I want it like 20, like there. Yeah, you get the point. Origin position, that's just where it originally was. Origin orientation, that's where the orientation originally was. Can collide. We will be getting into that in the video, but not right now. Can't touch, not getting into that. Anchored is just like making it so it doesn't fall. I'm pretty sure I already demonstrated that. But yeah, so for example, like I probably already said, if you have it anchored off, then it's just going to fall to the ground when you play it. If you have anchored on, it's not going to do that, which is nice. Massless, not getting into that. Custom physical, no idea what that says, we're not getting into it. Shape, you just get to edit the shape for some reason. They do not have wedge, but we're not going to talk about that. And these settings we're not going to discuss in this video. So let's get into can collide. So if I turn can collide off, and I make sure this is anchored, and I click play here, this makes it so I'm able to actually go inside the block, as you can see, and it's pretty nice. You could write some scripts with it. It's cool. It's a cool setting. Roblox wouldn't be the same without it, not gonna lie. But anyways, I think that may be all, but before that, there's a nice hotkey to have if you want to publish your game, so people can see it. You could do Control P. Oh wait, that is not the command. But Control I have no idea. Oh god. Okay, let's see. So you can go into File and then Publish to Roblox. It is Alt P. Sorry about that. And then it says publishes new changes in Untitled game to Roblox, which is pretty nice to have. Alt P. Remember that. And yeah, that should be all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a ton. And yeah, bye.